Hello everybody and welcome to Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show, episode number 95. I am your host, Billy Ankobi, coming to you once again from the Wrestling Man Studios in College Park, Maryland. This week on the show, going to talk about WWE, the Survivor Series report, TNA, the results from their last pay-per-view, Ring of Honor results from this past weekend, plus the Indies, Japan, the NWA, plus the return the question of the week. Now, one thing I want to talk about, and for those of you who do not have WWE 24/7, I say shame on you. If you have been living under a rock the past couple of weeks, WWE 24/7 has been doing this awesome, fantastic mini-series, I guess you could call it, called the Essential Starrcade. Now, this was an event, or, well, it wasn't an event. It was basically the fans of professional wrestling who got to vote on the 25 greatest Starrcade matches of all time. Now, this year, as we know, this is the 25th anniversary of the very first Starrcade. And, you know, I've watched the first two parts. I plan on watching part 3 this weekend. Basically, what they do is they break it down 5 matches a week. This week, they're up to 15 through 11. And then next week, they're going to do the top 10. They're going to start the top 10. And, you know, in a couple of weeks, I'll review the top 25 list. And I'll probably ask you guys your opinion. But there is one thing I do want to ask. You know, certain terms come out. You know, Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania. Bret Hart is Mr. SummerSlam. Let me ask you guys this, and this is part 1 of our 2 questions of the week. Who was Mr. Starrcade? And what I mean by Mr. Starrcade, I mean the wrestler who put on a performance each and every year, busted his ass for us, the fans, to enjoy and go back and like, you remember when such and such had this match and this match and this match? So think about it. Who was Mr. Starrcade? I'll give you my opinion next week. I think this could end up being a very interesting discussion. So just take your time, think about it. Mr. Starrcade. Who was Mr. Starrcade in your opinion? Coming up next, WWE, a review of Raw, and the Survivor Series report.